All right, we're back on the Suns UCF. We have a fantastic guest this evening. Mike and I are really excited about the guy who's joining us in a second. But before we get to him, we do want to quickly remind you that support for the Suns UCF is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming champions of the world. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped just launched their fourth-generation trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0. And you heard that right. That's the 4.0. Join over 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped. Our exclusive offer, 20% off worldwide shipping. Go to manscaped.com, promo code Sons of UCF. That is manscaped.com, promo code Sons of UCF. Speaking of man, the guy joining us tonight is a man because he made big-time plays, particularly in the big games, Mike. When you think of this guy, you can think of some of the biggest games in UCF history, and I promise you that he made a play in one of those games. And we are proud to have Dredrick Snelson join us this week on the show. First off, Dredrick, thanks so much for taking some time out of the schedule to join us this week.
No problem, man. I appreciate the opportunity, being able to talk to you guys.
No, we're excited. We got a lot of cool stuff to get to. I know you've got your own business that you just recently launched. We can't wait to hear more about what that looks like. But let's get into some fun stuff about your UCF career before we do anything else. You came to UCF at an interesting time. You were being recruited in that 2015 season. Obviously, UCF did not win a game during that season. I know you were committed to Minnesota for a while, Miami for a while. Then the staff change comes at UCF, and O'Leary's out and Frost is in. Can you take us back to your recruitment and what that was like and how involved UCF was for you back in those days?
I felt like I pretty much had a tough recruitment because it was so many schools. It was also Penn State came down to it. But I felt like UCF was the perfect fit for me. I went through a great recruitment process with them. Coach Troy Walters and Frost, just great guys. I fell in love with the culture that they were trying to build, and I really wanted to play in the offense like that.
Yeah, you had to take a leap of faith, right? Because at that point, that staff had never been together. The offense you saw under O'Leary was nowhere what Frost and Walters want to run. How much faith and confidence did you have in kind of what you saw? And was it the Oregon system that kind of gave you that confidence? Is that what kind of excited you about coming to play for Frost and Walters?
Yeah, that played a big part. But also, I couldn't really go off of that because, it could have changed once he got there. But they stayed true through the whole process, and they had faith in me. And yeah, the offense pretty much that played a key factor, but it was them being good people during the recruiting process what really led me to want to be in a great culture like UCF and play for coaches like that.
Did you play in a similar style offense in high school before that or no?
Yeah, we pretty much ran like a pretty fast spread, but I played quarterback in high school too.
So did you play receiver at all in high school, or is this it was completely a new position?
We scored so many points, and they put me at quarterback a few times. I got it on my high school highlight tape.
So what was the biggest adjustment you had to make when you moved over to college?
I would feel like just growing mentally and just being more mature because you have to grow up when you get to college. Following a very strict schedule, and just time management. I feel like that you learn that a lot entering college. So that built me for a lot.
I think your freshman year, your breakout game, I want to say, was the Yukon game. You had a pretty big day that day. What do you remember from that day?
Pretty much everything. Catch. It was like 3rd and 7. And we needed that play because we didn't have any momentum going into that game. Not going into the game, but like as we got in some situations. But yeah, and then we went to the sideline, and I believe he called it. He wanted to see if I was ready. I was a freshman being thrown in an environment like that. So he gave me an opportunity, and I scored on a seam route.
That was a close game, right? It wasn't a blowout versus UConn that year. It was a pretty decent game.
I think it was pretty close at first. Yeah, it was our first game with that offense. So it was tight at first. Then I think we pulled away at the end.
Yeah.
Well, 2016 was kind of a unique year for UCF, right? A lot of ups and downs, but ultimately I think that, and maybe you would agree, that became kind of like the building blocks for what the team became in 17 and 18. What did you guys learn about yourselves that 2016 season? Even though maybe you didn't get as many wins as you wanted, what did you and the guys take away from what you learned that year?
Adversity, growing together as a group. It was a lot of things that just wasn't clicking, but of course we made it work. Yeah, I would just say just growing together as a unit, playing more for each other and not individually. And I think the second year showed that pretty well.
Yeah, no, it sure did. But take us back to that offseason. We hear all the time, receivers and quarterbacks get together in the offseason. They're running routes. They're throwing with each other. What did you do that offseason? How close were you and KZ? Were you guys running routes all the time? Were you guys kind of staying in shape? What did you do in that offseason between your freshman and your sophomore year?
We worked out a lot because we wanted to build chemistry, myself, and the other receivers as well coming in. We wanted to build that chemistry with our quarterback. I knew he was a great player, being recruited, and when he signed, I heard he had signed before I did, actually. We just built that chemistry over time, and we threw a lot together one-on-one time, like a lot together. Me and Traquan as well as Gabe Davis. We just built that chemistry. I think it was pretty awesome.
Who kind of leads that stuff? Is that like, do you wake up to a text message from one of them? Are you texting those guys like, hey, let's together? How does that happen? Is it just organic? You guys just like, hey, I want to go play some ball today?
Yeah, man, it was so organic. I feel like all of us wanted to be great. Like, we just wanted to be great, and we knew we could do it. We all knew we had the potential to do it, and it just took the small details that you just putting in a little extra work just makes you different. It separates you from the rest. So I feel like we worked very hard, not only us three, but a lot of the receivers we had as well. We just made it work. I think it was just the small details that added up in big games, small games. It was just the little things that we needed to focus on in the offseason about running routes. It was just tiny things in the route what separates you, and that's what made us special.
And you mentioned some of the names on that receiving core, maybe one of the best ones we've ever had with you, Traquan, Gabe Davis. You got Jordan Akins at tight ends. You got Marlon Williams as a freshman that year. How competitive is that in practice between you guys? Very.
I feel like we all go at it, one-on-ones. A lot of things we did. We just competed, but that's what made us great with each other. So I feel like everyone had their role, and when it was time to play, I feel like all the guys showed up because we all just competed so well, and everyone was great. So I don't want everybody to think just because we played so much or whatever. We had a great football team, even our 2s and 3s. Just everybody on that team was just solid and just did their job and just played for one another.
So when that season gets going, you guys are hot to start the year. We're not just beating people, we're killing people. Maryland, Memphis, we beat up like 40-6. Cincinnati, they stopped the game after 3 quarters. We were beating them so bad. At what point of the season do you think, hey, we got something going here. We may be able to do something special?
I feel like I didn't even look at it that way until, honestly, probably the last couple of games because we weren't really focused on that. We just wanted to, honestly, just do our job. We knew, like, it was certain things that just made it special for us. So it was just like we didn't really care about that. We just wanted to build together as a team. We knew we could do it. We knew we had the talent to do it, and that's what showed. But it was just we just wanted to prove something within ourselves and that team as far as that era.
I said off the top, Dredrick, you were a guy, if you think about a big game in those 3 years and a big play, you were a guy who probably made a big play in one of those big games. But I think one of my favorite plays that you made is probably one of the lesser known games. I'm talking about the Austin Peay game. You made a touchdown catch in between 2 defenders where I don't know how the hell you stayed in bounds because it looked like your momentum was dragging you out of bounds. It looked like the 2 defenders were riding you out of bounds, but somehow you get a foot down in the end zone for a touchdown. You can't practice that, right? Is that just an instinct play on your part that day? And what do you remember about that play specifically?
I still remember it. I remember a lot of touchdowns. It was just those things where you don't practice that, but you have those once in a while catches that you do in practice, like that's just wow, amazing. But honestly, it was just instinct, just tracking the ball, honestly, just never taking my eyes off the ball. I watched that play over 100 times because I wanted to know how I did it myself. So, yeah, it was just stuff, the small things I refer back to back then that just separates you and make you different, like never taking your eye off the ball when it's in the air, no matter what.
Yeah, it looked like your foot, like just magically, all of a sudden, just came to the ground. It looked like you were absolutely heading out of bounds, and like your foot just kind of like dropped right on the ground there. Does the DBs say anything to you after a play like that? Do they get up and look at you like, "Did you catch that?" Do you say anything to those guys after a play like that?
Yeah, because they challenged it like right after, because nobody thought I got my foot down, but it was just like a feeling where I knew where I was on the field because I done did it so many times, and just because it was 1 or 2 people, you just, like I said, never take your eye off the ball, But I knew where I was on the field, so I just had to make a play. It was instant.
Well, you made a few more plays later on in the year, but obviously to Mike's question earlier, season was going well. You guys were continuing to win and you were winning big, but UCF was not getting any sort of love or recognition in the rankings. Each week, the rankings would come out and you guys would be 17, 18, 15, and slowly but surely you kind of moved up, but you never really got the recognition that the team really deserved. Was that something you guys were watching throughout the year? Did that bother you guys at all? Was that extra motivation knowing that you guys knew you were a damn good team, but nobody would give you that credit in the national media?
Definitely. I mean, that upset a lot of us, but all we had to do was go out each week and prove that we were honestly the best team, not only in Florida, but everywhere. They just let us play everybody. So I just felt like we just proved it each week that we were top contenders, so that we could play for a national championship. Honestly, we had a championship team.
Were you guys talking about that? I know Coaches Frost always was like, yeah, we're not even paying attention. We're not looking at all that stuff. That's a lie, though, right? You guys were talking about the locker room. You guys knew where you were, right?
Honestly, no, I feel like Coach Frost, no, he wanted us to not pay no attention to that. Like, he didn't give too, about it. Like, he just said, focus and play your game. They'll recognize sooner or later. And honestly, in this show, honestly, it made us mad because, of course, we stay up to date with stuff like that. And it's like, how could we not be a top 4 team, top 5 team, or whatever it was, when we putting up the numbers, just as almost the same competition. But I look at it as football is football. I mean, they put their hand in the dirt like we do. So, and they do what we do. So I feel like it shouldn't have been no different. We should have had a chance.
So leading up to that game against the Cows at the end of the year, is it any different in the locker room leading up? I know as a fan, just the build up to that game was incredible. The history we had with these guys, we have had a hard time beating them up to that point. Just everything that was on the line that day, the atmosphere in the building that night. What do you remember about that whole week leading up to the game against South Florida?
Oh, honestly, I feel like it was just another thing where we just, supposed to be a war on our floor. We just went into the game knowing we just need to beat them. They still are little brothers down the street. So that's all we had to do. I feel like it was intense, but it wasn't, because we knew what we were capable of. We knew the type of team we had. All we had to do is just go out there and play. That's all we had to do. And everybody do their job, man. It showed with the scoreboard again for the second year.
So it's a back and forth game. We're down, we're up. And then it comes late fourth quarter. We're down, and you are wide open right down the middle of the field, catch a touchdown to take the lead. Is it harder to catch a ball when you're so wide open like that? You just feel you're just waiting for it instead of having somebody guarding you? Or what do you remember about that play specifically?
I feel like that was one of the biggest plays I ever made in my life. And I feel like I referred to again, it's just never taking your eye off the ball when it's in the air. I feel like no matter what's around you, you practice so much, you shouldn't worry about what's anything that's around you. Just focus on the ball when it's in the air and make the play. That's all you can do, is make the play. If you practice enough and work out enough, you should be comfortable in any situation. So I feel like I did a lot of stuff off season, still do a lot of stuff, and that's what proved it. It was a really exciting moment for me. That changed the game. Then we also had Mike Hughes take back the kick return. So it was great moment. I still remember that.
But is it any more different? Like you see sometimes basketball players, when they're wide open, they can't hit a shot. Some guys need a guy in their face. When you're that wide open like that, you just say, are you thinking about other things? Oh, I hope I don't trip. Oh, I gotta watch this in. Or you just go with the flow.
So our thing was, our coach used to preach to us, you can't react in a negative way when the ball is in the air. You just gotta stay calm. If you stay calm and collect, the only thing you can do is let it fall. But if you react, first thing you're gonna do is put your hands up in the wrong way or something like that. So it's just like, just relax and stay calm in that situation and make the play. It's not a new situation. It was a big game, but it wasn't a new situation that hasn't happened. So I feel like you practice enough for it and just be prepared.
How did you get so open on that play? It looked like you were the kind of the backside. Look up, McKenzie kind of looked you off initially. How did you get so wide open on that play?
It was a great play call, Coach Frost. We drew it up nice. Patiently waited for it. We knew it could be open, and yeah, just run the right route. It was a great route, and made the play. It was a great route and great play call at the exact right time. It was just everything was perfect about that drive.
Were you the primary receiver in that play? Was that play coming to you from the go?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Well, the crazy didn't stop there, right? Because next week, obviously, we bring Memphis down to Orlando, AAC championship game. And again, the scoring gets kicked off by you. You catch a slant that you probably could have been tackled like 2 times, but you just bullied your way through some dudes to the end zone. What do you remember of that? I mean, a lot of guys remember you, to your point earlier. You always made tough catches, right? You were the guy who was always great with big plays, tiptoes, and sidelines. But on that particular touchdown, you were just blowing dudes over on the way to the end zone. Was that kind of a different rhythm to your game that people didn't see as much, the kind of the physical, nasty side where you could catch the ball and you weren't afraid to lay a hit on a DB?
Definitely. I feel like I did a lot, blocking. So I feel like I just need to show it with the ball in my hand instead of making long catches, 3rd and long, or just almost looking like a possession receiver, So it was just, just being me, honestly, when I had the right opportunity. It was another great play call to get the game started. So, yeah, just showing my ability, what I could really do. It wasn't nothing new. It was just playing football.
So would you rather moss a guy for a touchdown or bowl a guy over for a touchdown?
I would say moss because that's just where I'm from. That's what I do. I just want to be deep. Get a crowd some excitement, because that's all it's about, putting smiles on a lot of faces. So all we're doing is just going out there and doing what we've been doing forever. So.
Well, for those of us who were watching that game, that Memphis game took 5 years off my life, right? It was a back and forth. It was overtime. It was double overtime. Obviously, Memphis is driving late, and Riley Ferguson throws the ball, and it ends up in Trey Neal's hands. We win the game. Where were you when that interception happened? What was your first reaction when you realized that we intercepted the ball and that you had just won the American Conference Championship?
Oh, man, I think I ran to the other sideline. I was already, I was just talking crazy. I was just talking crazy because we had a few words, me and the DB, that I was going against the whole game. So I just wanted to go over there and just prove again that we're the best.
You asked him for their address for Christmas cards and whatnot?
Oh, no. Honestly, I felt like I felt like eventually I would see him again, and I think I did. I think I seen him again. Honestly, I think we worked out against each other, I think.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was just proving a point again.
When the game is 55-51 or whatever the final score was, I don't think any DBs are allowed to say anything for either team, right?
Nah, it was talking a lot. It was a really good game. So it was talking a lot though. I don't really talk like that. Honestly, I don't think I never do. But they was talking.
What was the post game like? Obviously, we're very excited to win the game. We're conference champs, a perfect season. But you get the news that Frost is leaving. Take us into the locker room after that game.
Words couldn't explain, describe how I felt when we found out. So, honestly, I still don't even. That changed a lot of people's lives. I'm gonna just say that. That's all I can really say about that. It changed a lot of people's lives because we grew a bond with Coach. He knows how we all felt about that. So.
Did you have any idea it was coming? A lot of people thought maybe you hear rumors, this and that. Did you believe it? Did you not want to believe it before it happened?
Honestly, I didn't. I tried to stay out the mix of that. I just got to accept what come with the game. We all do. So I didn't pay no attention to it. Just waiting to see what decision he decided to make. It was up in the air. So I'm not gonna say he was set on it. So. Up in the air.
So then we're going to go face Auburn in the Peach Bowl. And before the game, Adrian Killens comes out and says that they're not ready for our speed. The SEC doesn't have the type of speed that we have. What do you feel when you hear that? Do you say, AK, what are you doing? Don't say anything. Or you got his back, obviously, and say, yeah, you want to say something too, but you just don't.
Yeah, I got his back no matter what. I'm going to let him talk because at the end of the day, we could back it up. So we could prove it. We could back it up. I mean, if you feel like you're gonna, because whatever they thought we were small or whatever they thought. I mean, the results show.
But you got in trouble, didn't you? Was it the Yukon game that game? You said you were going to put up 70 or something, and they suspended you for a half, or what?
That was East Carolina.
Oh, East Carolina.
Yeah, that game. Yeah, it was a little something, but I think we put up 68 that game, so I was like, my bad, like 2 points.
Obviously, going into that Peach Bowl, and even the lead up to it, AK's comments, everything going on. Did you guys have a chip on your shoulder? Was practice more intense, more physical? Could you sense that guys were just ready to get kicked off, and that everyone was just amped up to get the game on?
Yeah, honestly, I feel like guys were just honestly locked in more than ever before, because I feel like we just had something to prove, because they felt like, they just felt like we weren't a top contender. So it was definitely a little chip on our shoulder. But at the end of the day, when we watch film, you find a couple. I mean, you just watch film, study film, and you go out there and prepare, and you get it done. Honestly, it's just I feel like we just executed that very well. It was a great play calling. At first it was a little shaky, just like any game. I look at it, and then got a hold of it. Ended the season well.
Well, like I said, again, a big game, and you're going to make a big play. And now everyone remembers this play, mostly because of McKenzie, right? He does this little scramble drill out of the backfield, like blows this thing up. But people probably forget you're the guy who actually caught the touchdown pass in the end zone. Take us through that play. Were you the designated receiver? Or was that something you saw McKenzie just kind of scrambling? You broke your rod off. Take us through that play from your perspective, what you saw and kind of what you want to do once you realized McKenzie was kind of breaking out of the pocket.
Being honest, I was just playing football, just backyard football. And, I mean, he know a lot about it. He played with us in the offseason. He understands, how we like to play, and he just did his thing, honestly. That's just what he's good at. And I feel like it was just backyard football, Unless he scrambles, just scramble drills.
So was that your route, or did you run something different once you saw him break?
I mean, at first I had a lock route at first, and then once he broke pocket, and I feel like it just the play was kind of the way it was. We just taught to adjust, make different adjustments while we running the routes when he breaks pocket, because we know we got an active mobile quarterback.
Well, obviously, we know how that game ends, right? UCF comes out on top. And then afterwards, I don't even know if you knew this at the time, but our athletic director at the time, Danny White, looks in a camera someplace and says, undefeated national champs. Did you even know he did that, first of all? When did you, I guess, find out that he said that? And what was your reaction when you heard that he was calling you guys national champs?
Being honest with you, I feel like I didn't find out until I seen the banners we had up around everywhere. I didn't really know, because at that time, I don't think I was on my social media to even I was off for like a couple of days, but I didn't find out really till I went out to breakfast or something, or lunch for something. But it was crazy. It was a great experience. I'm like, I knew, we'll be that. I'll take it, because honestly.
What do you say to people now? I'm sure people come up to you now and they go, "Oh, you went to UCF," and do people make fun of you? Do people try to make fun of the national championship claim? What do you say to people now when they say that to you?
Honestly, I feel like I still believe we are national champs. Or honestly, yeah, man, we're national champs. But I still feel like to this day, people even around Orlando or even Miami or Tampa still represent that year and still have banners and pictures and memories of that specific year, because they know.
Yeah, Mike's got one right over his shoulder right there.
Perfect. That's what, it's so many to see guys like that they just understand the real game of football that year. It should have just been possible for us, no matter what school or what division we came from. We proved it and had the numbers, so.
We never lost, so that's it.
Nope.
They're never going to take that away.
That's what I'm saying. We never lost. I just felt like they just looked down on us, which is all good. They know that.
Yeah, we backed it up again the next year. A whole new coaching staff, everything. Heupel comes in. What's the first impression going from Frost now to Heupel, this guy you've never met before? He comes into the locker room and introduces himself. What are you thinking when you see this guy?
Honestly, I didn't know anything about him. I felt like it was just like another coach, just getting adjusted, growing a relationship with him. I think we grew. We started off pretty good. We talked, a lot first day because I just wanted to get my feel for him. I heard he was a great coach, so just wanted to get my feel.
Were you a little nervous maybe that the offense was going to change up a little bit, or did he kind of settle you guys down and say you're going to be running a lot of the same stuff?
I mean, honestly, I was nervous a little bit because I knew he ran a great offense. I mean, I looked it up immediately when we, found out. So, I mean, it was a little slight change, but I feel like it was still potent. It was still a great offense. I feel like we could, he was a great coach. We could make it work.
You guys have so much talent. We talked about all the guys. Traquan obviously leaves, but then you can bring in a guy like Trey Nixon, and the train keeps moving. When there's so many guys like that, is it frustrating sometimes where you can go for a while without getting the ball? Do you need to be in a rhythm to feel better, like you're having a better game, or what?
I mean, it possibly could go like that for certain guys. I feel like, it was but you understand the game. Like, I was playing for my team, and I knew we were all great. When my time came, I feel like I could have missed the opportunity. But, I mean, a lot of guys probably do get frustrated. I tell them not to, the time will come. Just do your part. As long as you're on the field, just do your part. Blocking, whatever it takes to win. If you get the ball, you get the ball.
Well, it's not even so much that. I mean, everybody in that team had the ability to take it to the house on any play, right? Like, AK could break an 80-yard run. Trey could catch a 60-yard bomb. You could catch a 50-yard bomb. So you guys may only be in the field like 2 or 3 plays, right? That had to be kind of tough to deal with. And like, you get in a rhythm, and all of a sudden you're like, damn, AK did it again, and you're off the field again, Matt. Like, how was that frustrating? Because you want to celebrate, but you're like, damn, like I only got 2 plays in the field. Now I'm already off the field again.
Nah, it wasn't frustrating at all. I mean, I feel it's easier for us. Honestly, we could relax, refresh, and then when the time comes, I feel like, we're ready for whatever. That's the type of team we had. But if every guy could score, they could. But we had so many explosive guys, so you didn't know who was going to take it win at any time. So they just made our jobs easier for one another. The less guys got tired. I feel like we could interact more or whatever, had a little fun on the sideline. So it just made our job easier, starting off with the O-line.
We talked about this a little bit earlier, but the winning streak is on the line. We're at Memphis in 2018. We're down at halftime. Things are looking kind of bleak. McKenzie comes back, makes one of those iconic touchdown runs where he's literally like upside down, flipping the ball over the goal line. Taj McGowan took a 4th and 1, like 70 yarders after Tristan Hill flattens a guy out right in the backfield. What is it like to play with a guy like McKenzie, where you said it earlier, you just never know what he was going to do? He was just a magician of getting out of the pocket and just making something happen. As a receiver, what did you have to kind of do to adjust your game to play with a guy like that? We're knowing that he could literally throw you the ball at any moment, and you got to be ready for it. How did you have to adjust to that kind of style?
I feel like just practicing. We needed to get a lot of stuff in the offseason. And you just adjust to your quarterback. I mean, whatever quarterback that's, I feel like no matter who the quarterback is, I feel like you just need to catch as a receiver. So I felt like him just being him just made our jobs a lot easier too, because we like, if football, it's a lot to do with a quarterback that can do that. So he makes our jobs, make us look pretty good, and we make him look good as well. That's our job. So.
Was there ever any one play that he made that you looked around to your teammates and was like, how the hell did he do that? Was there ever one time where even you had your kind of like your mouth was wide open after watching something he did?
Yeah, like I mean, if you see him practice, he does it every day. He's a wild player, He did a lot of wild things. Like, I feel like in the game, I feel like it was, I'm not even sure in the game. I would have to think on that. But he made so many plays, honestly. But in practice, I know for sure. For sure.
Well, obviously that season got really sad down the end when McKenzie gets hurt, and we go into the conference championship game again against Memphis, again against home, and you guys all broke out the lays to wear for him, and you famously wore your lay underneath your jersey, underneath your shoulder pads the entire game. What made you do that? Why was that something that you wanted to do for that game?
I feel like I didn't want to take it off. I just wanted to represent my brother. And honestly, like I said, I like to, bring a lot of excitement too. But I wanted him to know, like, you know, he knows how I felt about that. So I was just doing it for him. I didn't want to take it off, honestly, no matter what. You know, even the coaches didn't pretty much get on me about that because they knew how I felt, like, you know, the relationship we had. You know, also everybody else. I just kept mine on. You know.
Was that
Those things
like
get itchy though sometimes, no? Didn't you feel like ripping it off at some point when you're all sweaty?
Paying attention to it too much, honestly. Like I tried to like tuck it in all the way, but it kept coming up. So it wasn't really like I wasn't paying no attention to it, honestly. I just kept it on.
I know you're used to playing in big games, big atmospheres, but that was a different kind of atmosphere. Was that the most emotional kind of game atmosphere you've been a part of, right? I'm sure you've been a part of hype crowds. You've been a crowd of loud, rowdy crowds, but that day was kind of an emotional day. Was that different for you to kind of adjust to the different kind of energy in the stadium that day?
Definitely. It was heartwarming, you know, it was raw. It was just raw energy. And I feel like it was a lot of emotions going on. So I feel like we still had to go out there and, you know, still get the job done, no matter what. So it just made us play a little harder, dig a little deeper, and made it happen.
So we go to the Fiesta Bowl. We face LSU, obviously a very talented team. You see all the guys that were on that team now in the NFL. What actually went wrong that day? Because I still think we had a very good chance of winning that game. We were up early in that game, and things just kind of slipped away. What happened?
Man, you know, just playing. We didn't play fundamental football. You know, we let it go a little bit. A lot of plays. A lot of plays we missed. A lot of assignments. You know, it was a different environment for most people, or we just didn't come to play that day, honestly. But we could have. We should have the job done. We should have got the job done.
What was the locker room like after that game? I mean, we had won 25 straight. A lot of those guys in that locker room had never lost a game in college. And here we are, lost the last game of the season. What's everybody like? Is there crying? Is it just kind of relief, maybe now that it's over? What was that whole game like?
It was a little bit emotional because, you know, it was a game we should have won, but, you know, we just didn't get it done. So yeah, it was emotional. You know, we should have won that. Like, no matter what, we should have won that game. No matter which quarterback we had or what players we had, everybody was prepared. So should have just won.
Well, after the game, you had a decision to make. You could have come back for your senior season, but you opted to go pro. What factors led to you making that decision? Were there, I guess, who did you talk to? What kind of people did you take as your counsel, and what ultimately kind of led to you making that decision?
I felt like I had a solid team around me. I felt like my mom. I talked to a few guys, older guys that I play with that's in the league right now. I just felt like it was the best decision for me, honestly. And yeah, it was a looking back at it, it was a good move for me. Yeah, that's pretty much what I could say about that.
Do you have any looking back and obviously seeing how the 2019 season went? Do you wish you would have stayed, or are you still happy with your decision?
No, I probably should have stayed, but I can't go back, so I rock with my decision. I felt like it was a good decision for me at the time, and a lot was going on, so I just felt like it was a good decision for me.
Well, you still got a chance. So you end up with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and you end up with them for a period of time. Take us through that day, because I got to imagine as a kid growing up, right, you've been playing ball all your life, you love football, and there's one day you get around and you're sitting in an NFL locker room and you're putting on an NFL jersey and you're going out to play on an NFL football field. How exciting was that? Was that like a dream come true moment for you just to get that opportunity? And what was that experience like for you?
Definitely. I mean, as a kid growing up, that's all I wanted to do is actually play in the NFL and be there for a long time. But, you know, just getting the opportunity to go out there and just perform and show what I could do to NFL coaches just proves that, you know, it's possible. And I did it. So that's all I could really say about that. I mean, I feel like it was a great experience for me. You know, that's all I wanted to do as a kid. So made a lot
We saw recently you're healthy again. You're playing. You went out to play for the Predators. How's that going? Are you still playing, or are you still pursuing the dream, or what?
Yeah, I'm actually still working out for the NFL, and I'm just waiting on the phone call. I've been training every day So I'm back actually 100% healthy, like completely. Yeah, I'm just working out. I need to start getting back on social media and then just getting out there again because I just know it's been a while. So
Yeah, I don't think people knew or kind of know about what you went through the last couple of years from an injury standpoint. Is that something you're comfortable sharing, kind of the injuries that you went through and kind of your rehab process the last couple of years, getting yourself back healthy?
Yeah. I had a pretty. It was significant. It was a bad injury. Yeah, it was pretty bad, but I played through it, and yeah, my rehab process was pretty simple. It was tough at first, but pretty simple after that because I just recovered fast. I recovered very fast, and but just getting back normal again, it was pretty hard. Just running and stuff. So it just took some time, and now I'm back healthy. So
now you're a business owner too. You opened up a smoothie shop. What is it? Fit Smoothie Orlando? Is that
yeah,
the right name?
smoothie bar slash. It's a lot. Smoothies though. Smooth.
Where's this place at? How can people find it? Is there a website? What do they got to do to check it out?
Yeah, it's actually on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's Fit Smoothie Orlando, and we're located right at We Fit. It's We're Evolving Fitness Gym. That's pretty much it. And the address is 6649 Amroy Court. And yeah, come check us out. Best smoothies in Orlando, I promise.
So it's already open? You guys already open for business, or
Yeah.
it's just
Actually open. We've been open for the last 2 days. So we just had a soft opening 2 days ago, which was Saturday. And now we're officially open.
working all the kinks out right now?
One more time?
Everything smooth? Everything working out all the kinks, or everything's running pretty smoothly already?
Yeah. Everything's running smooth. You should actually come check it out. It's pretty. I haven't had any complaints.
What interests you about getting involved in this? Obviously, there's all different kinds of business that you could get involved in. What kind of drew you to get involved in the smoothie game?
Honestly, I felt like it wasn't thinking too hard about it. It was I love smoothies. I always love smoothies. So I just felt like it's easy to make if you just do the right things. If you just put the time and the effort into certain things, and it's easy. I feel like if you do if people did more research on small businesses like that, that's what make people billionaires, millionaires, whatever, just wealthy people. So I feel like I learned a lot outside of football, and I just wanted to do something different, and it played out. I just love smoothies, honestly. There's a lot that come with it, but I just love smoothies.
What's your go-to? If I check you out, what smoothie do I have to have? What's like the top smoothie? What's the Snelson recommendation of smoothies if I get to your spot?
I would say the Hawaiian Island. That's my favorite smoothie on the menu. The Hawaiian Island.
All right. Well,
so pineapples.
Pineapple, I assume, in that.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay. I can't give you the. You gotta come.
I know. I don't want. Yeah. I don't want. Are you back there making the smoothies yourself? Are you back there with working the blenders and the whole 9 yards?
Nah, not me really. I got a complete color. Well, I got one person right now doing that. So nah, I do. I would though every now and then. If I'm needed. So yeah. But I got somebody doing that.
You guys give out lays with the Hawaiian smoothies? You got a bunch of those laying around?
I did. Honestly, I should, but nah. That's smart though. Honestly, I would.
You need to hit when KZ's in town. You need to hit KZ up, have him come by for a Hawaiian smoothie. Get a pic on Instagram.
Yeah,
that'll blow up.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna. I just been a little busy, just everything up. I actually just posted it today on my Instagram for the first time, so I'm still getting all the right people to come check me out, and a lot of family.
What's your goal? You hoping to maybe open 2 or 3 more? Hoping to kind of make this into sort of where you have multiple locations down the road?
Yeah, definitely. I'm very interested in that. I feel like that did a lot of research on that. I feel like that's a good pathway to take. Honestly, it's something small and simple, but it could turn out, big. But yeah, wherever it takes me, honestly, I'm definitely interested in that.
Well, I saw.
What do we have to do to get a smoothie named after us? Sons of UCF smoothie.
Honestly,
That's gonna cost us, Mike. That's gonna cost us something.
I won't say it on camera. It won't be
All
that.
right.
It won't,
All right.
won't be that bad.
All right, he's a businessman, Mike. It's going to cost us. I saw a fan came by and took a picture of you at the smoothie place. Are you there pretty much all the time? Are you fans come by, want to say hello to you? You going to be around and giving them good smoothie advice when they show up there?
Yeah, definitely. I'll be there almost. I mean, I work out every day, so you're gonna catch me at the gym. It's at a gym. So yeah, I basically be there every day, early till about 9, 8 sometimes.
Okay. Well, make sure you check it out at against Fit Smoothie Orlando. You can catch it on Instagram. You said Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff, right? You can make sure you follow along. I think the address was 6649 Amroy Court. So make sure you go check out Fit Smoothie Orlando and say hi to Snelson out there. Maybe he'll give you a high five. Maybe he'll tell you what's in that Hawaiian thing if you want. Maybe he'll give you the secrets to all that. But make sure you check him out. So we can't let you go. We got to ask you a couple of fun questions before we wrap this thing up. So we got some rapid fire random questions. Could be music, movies, sports. Could be anything at all. And here's my first one for you. Again, you made some big time plays in big time games for UCF. But if I told you that you're probably most famous for the sideline Snelson dance, is that do you find that fun, or is that something that you wish was never caught on camera?
And honestly, that was just me being me. Like if you see me every day in practice, like I just just do a lot of crazy stuff. It's a lot of us. It was a lot of us like that. Honestly, it's just not me, but it was a funny experience. It was expected of me, so it was just like all right. So.
Is there a name for that dance? Is there something we can call that? I mean, I call it the Snelson. Is that the right name for it?
They call it so many things, honestly. Like it was so many titles for it. Then it was so many songs they did with like memes for it. So I don't even know what to call it, honestly.
Does anybody come up to you today and ask you to do it for them? Like if I hit you up at Fit Smoothie Orlando, will you break out the Snelson for me?
Oh man, honestly. We could do it. We could do something.
All right. I gotta buy a lot of smoothies though first, right? Before I get this Snelson dance.
Yeah, definitely.
That's fair. All right, that's fair.
We could do something.
All right, the Super Bowl halftime show that we just watched. Snoop, Dre, Eminem, all those guys were back when me and Adam were back in college, our time. If you can pick out a Super Bowl halftime show 20 years from now with the guys you're listening to today, who would you want to see on that show in a few years?
Snoop Dogg.
Again?
Snoop would be damn near 80 at that point.
He's going to be 80 years old.
I mean, I think everybody else was up there, pretty much older.
But I'm talking about the guys you listen to now. Huh?
How old is Snoop Dogg? I'm not even sure. I know he's
like 50.
50?
He's 50. Yeah.
Yeah, he's still gonna be cool at 80. Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg coming back.
Hey, I'm down with it too. I'll watch it again 20 years.
He's still gonna be cool. Cool how you be cool. Snoop Dogg.
All right, so we talked about this earlier. You guys had a ton of speed on those teams, right? At AK, right? You had a bunch of guys who were super fast. If you lined up all those guys and had one 40-yard dash race, who comes out as the winner?
We had this conversation 1,000 times, me and AK. So I'm gonna just set it straight. Me.
Okay.
If you really want to be honest, because they know. I done raced everybody else. I think I raced Mike. I done raced Mike before after practice. And Mike was pretty, Mike fast. Mike Hughes fast. So it was supposed to be AK, Mike, me. Traquan was in that category as well. And yeah, they know.
So here's a sleeper candidate. We've had a few people tell us it was low-key fast that you wouldn't expect. Jacob Harris.
Oh, honestly, he would probably, he's a freak. He's a freak. Good way. Like he's pretty fast. I think he's fast. He's fast.
He's got like the world's longest. He's like a pterodactyl. He's got like the world's longest legs.
Yeah, man. And, once you get going, once you get to rolling, he's that's like I couldn't even describe that. That's like I don't know, especially when he, like, open up and run. Like, it's he fast. Fast. It's crazy. It's crazy fast.
Who was the slowest guy in that room? Go ahead, call him out.
In what room? The receiver room?
In between the receivers and the running backs, I guess both.
Oh, the slowest.
Marlon.
Who the slowest? You know, Taj had a little speed. Taj had a little speed.
A little.
A little speed. Yeah.
You get that though, you know.
That's because Tristan Hill knocked the entire defense over. I mean, he had no one to chase him down.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
What about Mike said? What about Marlon?
Oh, Marlon.
We got the answer. I think about our answer.
Marlon got faster as his career went on.
Fast, man. Marlon, I'm gonna give it to him. He big, but he fast, man. You know, I'm gonna say he fast, man. Yeah.
He got faster because his freshman year he was a little heavier.
Yeah, you see him his last year. You know, he got a little speed. He got a little speed.
All right, so what was your favorite hangout spot around campus, or maybe not off campus, wherever? Where'd you guys go to go hang out on the? Not during football season. You guys get to go relax a little bit. Where are you going?
It depends. Well, how old am I?
Well, you're in college. You going to house parties? You going? Where are you guys going?
Nah, house parties weren't really. I think we'd probably go to like Bar Louie or downtown, somewhere nice downtown. Pretty much downtown. We would go downtown. Nice restaurants, for sure. Just
right.
nice.
All right, so we've talked to a lot of players across a bunch of different eras. Obviously, the coach before Frost was George O'Leary, and we've had a lot of guys do some really good Coach O'Leary impressions. So, who did the best Scott Frost impression of your time when you were there? Which one of your teammates did the best impression as Coach Frost?
Oh, I think it was Titus or Vail.
Okay,
Neville. I think it was Titus.
Did he have a specific saying that you guys used to say all the time? Something that you guys always used to kind of make fun of him for?
No, so which was crazy. I mean, if you know Coach Frost, he doesn't really talk that much. And so when he talks, I mean, when he talks, it's something is off. So it's just like being him, like a mute, like came in there, just doing everything he does without talking. Coach Frost is just so cool. You don't even need to talk. So he was just being him. And that was funny.
Well, then you get Heupel, who was the king of like the one-liner cliche, right? Go 1-0, all three phases of the game, snap to whistle, compete on the grass. He just had all of them. You guys had to have laughed at some of those, right? I mean, I think the statute of limitations is up now. You guys had to laugh at some of those. What was your favorite Heupel saying? Was it go 1-0, all three phases? What was your favorite?
That 1-0, that going 1-0. He said that a lot. It's just a different style of coaching. Just you get that with a bunch of different coaches. It's very different.
You got me, all right? Didn't he say that after every sentence?
He did say you got me a lot.
Oh man. So, what's your favorite pregame meal? You have a tradition? You eat the same thing before every game or no?
Honestly, I like pasta. I think I would get pasta or chicken tenders and fries. Like chicken Alfredo or shrimp Alfredo or chicken tenders and fries, for sure.
That doesn't slow you down. You eat that before a game?
Yeah.
Or that's after a game?
I mean, that's honestly both. I mean, I'm not big on that. You got to eat healthy to play good. I mean, I'm being honest with you. So I eat pasta, chicken tenders, and fries. Chicken tenders and fries are really a cheeseburger. I like cheeseburgers. It was cheeseburger, chicken tenders, and fries. You work out a lot. I feel like as long as you work out a lot, you can play football.
Burn it off, yeah. All right, we've seen your
20-year-old guy.
That's also fair. We've seen your dancing skills, right? But if you had to pick one reality TV show that you had to be a part of, right? If you had to go on like American Idol, Dancing with the Stars, The Bachelor, what one reality show would you want to be the star of?
Honestly, probably The Bachelor I'll go to Temptation Island.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But The Bachelor sounds, they need something special.
All right. I can't argue that. I can't argue with that. Yeah, I can't argue that.
Who doesn't want to be on a show with 20 women throwing themselves at you every
That's
night?
fair. Yeah.
I mean, it plays a big role, but it teaches you a lot as a man to just go on that show. So I feel like I would be up for it.
All right. We know you can dance, but can you sing?
Nah.
No.
I mean,
karaoke night, you're just sitting back. You're not participating. You're watching.
It depends on the song.
Well, what can you sing? Who?
I can sing anything, but I could mumble the exact words because I know the song, but I can't sing it. I can't sing.
You're like a backup vocal guy. You're kind of the guy in the background.
Yeah,
Okay.
Hype man.
Yeah, I turn the radio up. I act like it sound good with the song. So I think I could, but nah, I can't sing.
Look, you got more skills than we do, so I mean, we'll give you a pass on that one for sure. But listen, it was fun to catch up with you, man. We appreciate you giving us so much time. Again, don't forget, check out Fit Smoothie Orlando. You can find them on Facebook, find them on Instagram. Again, 6649 Amroy Court. Go out there, get yourself a good smoothie, get a workout in while you're there. If Snelson's there, make sure you stop by, say hi. He definitely wants to hang out and meet you guys as well too. So make sure you support him and what he's doing. And look, we appreciate you taking some time, Dredrick, man. Hopefully we'll catch up with you. Good luck on the dream. I know you're still out there training and working hard to get back into playing football, man. So we definitely wish you the best of luck with all that stuff too.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you guys for having me, man. Thank you.
All right, man. Charge on.
Guys, you charge on.
Thanks, man.
Awesome to catch up with Dredrick Snelson. Like, he had some fun stories. Obviously, he was part of some great teams at UCF. And I swear, again, I was watching the highlight tapes before the interview. That guy, every game, it felt like he was making a big play, and especially a lot of the big games we had. I think we kind of forget some of that stuff just as history's kind of gone on. But I encourage everyone to Google some of his highlights, man. He had some big plays.
Yeah, you go back. That's when they started doing the night flicks after all these games, and he was a big part of a lot of them. And if you go back and watch that 17 and 18 season, I mean, the championship games, the Peach Bowl itself, touchdown after touchdown. Anytime he was probably my favorite receiver. Don't tell Traquan Smith or anything, but at that time, I loved Snelson.
I don't have any time to talk to Traquan in the near future. Yeah, he made big play. Like, I felt like every game he was the guy making the play, and he was on the receiving end of that stuff too. So cool to catch up with him. Cool to see him doing something unique and starting a business. Obviously, we all kind of had that dream of being our own boss, and he's giving it a go with Fit Smoothie Orlando. So definitely something you guys should check out if you're in the area. Again, you got the address. Make sure you stop by. Get that Hawaiian thing, I guess. I don't really know. Mike, what's your smoothie of choice? Are you strawberry, banana kind of guy? Where are you going smoothies?
I'm usually a chocolate, banana, peanut butter if you got it. That's my whole thing. Maybe, throw in a couple other fruits if you want, but chocolate, peanut butter, banana.
Chocolate, peanut butter, banana. Can't go wrong with that, Mike. And you know what else you can't go wrong with, my friend? That is Manscaped. That's the shirt I'm wearing today is Manscaped, Mike. Obviously, last week we told everybody a little bit more about Manscaped. We're proud to let everybody know that we are now brought to you by Manscaped. Again, they are the best men's below-the-waist grooming champion in the world. 4 million men worldwide trust Manscaped, Mike. We have an offer for them. I don't know if you know about this offer, Mike. 20% off plus free worldwide shipping. Go to manscaped.com. Promo code Sons of UCF, Mike, and you can have a sleek look, a sleek trimmer against the Lawnmower 4.0, right? It's not the 3.0. It's not the 2.0. It's not even the 1.0, Mike. It's the 4.0, and it's something that you use it, you'll have some confidence. Mike's got 4 fingers up there. It's the ultimate groin and body trimmer. Again, guys, if you're using the same razor shaver situation, if you're shaving your face and your balls with the same thing, we got to talk. And we're having this conversation now, Mike. I know you are a guy who you got the kits, you got all the free stuff, you're looking at everything. I know you gave it a test drive. Valentine's Day was just yesterday. Mm-hmm. I assume the lucky ladies in everyone's life out there that Manscaped is really happy, Mike. I know you've enjoyed your Manscaped experience so far as well.
That's right. And you can, get fancy with it. Put a couple designs in there. I put a nice heart shape in there for yesterday. Wife went wild. St. Patrick's Day is coming up. A little 4-leaf clover, right?
You gotta be careful. But luckily, this thing won't hurt you. But you need to be careful with that stuff.
Yeah, but this thing also has a light on it, so even if you're just in a poorly lit bathroom, you see exactly what you're working with down there. The Manscaped has been a godsend for me. I love it. I'm going to use it again, in another day or two, keep things fresh.
Yeah.
You're not going to shave down there every day, but every once in a while, you got to keep things clean.
Well, can you imagine how dangerous a scenario this would be if you were using something other than Manscaped for the Shamrock or for the Heart or for a UCF logo for whatever reason? I mean, we're talking like an American Pie situation. We're talking like just a whole bunch of just bad stuff going on. Luckily, the Manscaped thing, it's not going to hurt you. Safe, it's effective. Mike said there's a light on there. Again, it's the 4.0. It's going to keep you safe. So do us a favor. Right now, you get 20% off free shipping. Sons of UCF's your promo code. Go to manscaped.com, 20% off, and make sure that let them know that you enjoy their product. Put our promo code in there. They'll tell us all about it. Everyone will be happy, Mike. And, if maybe here's another thing, guys. You screwed up for Valentine's Day, didn't you? You forgot about it. It was a Monday after the Super Bowl. You hung over. You got up the next day, and you're like, oh, no, I forgot flowers. I got nothing right. You tried to make it up to the lady in your life. And she was like, yeah, that's fine. You still have time. All right. Go to manscaped.com. Get yourself a nice little kit. Promo code SonsUCF. Surprise her this weekend. Hey, say, honey, that was my fault. I messed up Valentine's Day, but I'm going to make it up to you. Boy, do I have a surprise for you. And I promise you, I think it's going to turn out well for you. That's just what I'm saying, Mike.
Yeah. Just wait off a little bit before you carve in the Sons of UCF logo down there. Mm-hmm. Don't do that for the first time.
Not for Valentine's. No.
Right. No. Just clean, basic look at first. Then later, football season comes around. You draw the Suns down there and see what she says.
Manscaped.com, promo code Sons of UCF is where you want to go, Mike. Do you have any cow of the week? I know we usually rehearse this. Super Bowl was this Sunday. Any cows of the week? What'd you think of the big game? Anything kind of catch your fancy as you watch that particular Super Bowl?
Yeah, spring this on me like this. I'm never prepared for cow of the week, even when I know it's coming. Now I don't know it's coming. I have no idea what's going. The Super Bowl itself, I enjoyed the Super Bowl, man. I went to my buddy Rick's house. The guy, I got to tell you, he's not good for much, but he's good for a great Super Bowl party every year. I love going to this guy's house. He even stepped it up another notch. He put a big, giant projector screen out in the backyard, too. He's got like 4 or 5 TVs going throughout the whole house, food everywhere. I had a great time. Don't really remember much about the game. But that's how I know I had a great time.
Yes.
I know the Rams won, and I didn't win any money on the box pools or any of my bets. So there was that.
So maybe your cow of the week.
Okay, well, how's this? He does a prop sheet where he's got about 20 props for the game. It's $10. You fill out the props. Whoever gets the most right wins, right? So I told a couple other buddies about it before. They wanted to get in. I put their money in. They filled out the form. One of my guys won the whole thing. My brother-in-law, actually. He got 13 out of 19 questions right. Won the whole thing. Won a pot of about $240. Now, I had a big dilemma. He wasn't at the party. He doesn't know he won. He doesn't know how many questions it took to win this thing. He has no idea. So I could have either gone home with all the money, kept it to myself. Hey, none of us won. Told him he won, but didn't tell him how much he actually won. And kept a little profit for myself.
Finder's fee.
Not profit, but make my money back that I lost on all the other bets. Or give him the whole thing. What do I do?
Knowing you probably gave him the whole thing. I feel like you're an honest guy. You're a guy who you do the right thing at all times. I feel like you gave him the whole thing.
I told him I'm going to give him the whole thing. I haven't given it to him yet, but I am going to give him the whole thing. I was thinking about holding back at least a little bit. I don't know. I sat on it for a day without saying anything to him. But then I did tell him last night that he won. So I'm going to end up giving him the whole thing just because I don't want that bad karma. I don't need somebody ripping me off later down the road. So.
Yeah,
I would be the cow of the week, I guess, right?
Well, it depends. I mean, we should. That's an audience vote. We should put that up for a poll whenever we release the show. What would you do in this scenario? Because you could, to your point, get away with it. If you don't like your brother-in-law, that's a really easy thing you want to do, right? No one will ever know the difference. Or if you just shave a little off the top, right? Just a little finder's fee, a little brokerage fee, a little handler's fee, right? Just enough to get you your money back, maybe a 6-pack for the weekend. I don't think anyone would fault you for that.
That's right. I spent $50 on box pools and my own prop bet picks. That's $50, and I spent about another $40 on Ubers on the way there and back. So I could have easily recouped myself, but I'll do the right thing. I'll give the guy his money, and hopefully things come back around for me later.
I was going to nominate you for Cow of the Week anyway, because I think I saw on Twitter you finally came around You joined the right side of history. Super Bowl Saturday night. We talked about this in a previous show. You were lukewarm. You're like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. It's a game. I'll watch it whenever, right? But all of a sudden at Monday, and it was like 11 a.m., which told me that you weren't awake before 11 a.m. 11 a.m. tweet from UCF Mike 1 here that basically said, Super Bowl Saturday, when is this happening? I assume you've now come over to the dark side of Saturday night Super Bowls.
Yeah. See, I was awake. I was at work. I was up actually at 6 o'clock, whatever it was, to take the girls to school and all that stuff. It was rough. Super Bowl Monday was rough. And around 11 o'clock, I was just feeling decent enough to even post anything on Twitter. That's how bad it was. But yeah, I'm coming over to that side now. Super Bowl Saturday is the way to go. You know, it's the age. I'm 41 now. I can't bounce back the next day like I used to. Today's Tuesday. I still wasn't feeling completely back to 100% all day today. I'm feeling okay now, but it's bedtime. So,
or just make that Monday a national holiday. Everybody gets the day off. It's an easy fate. If you want to keep it on Sunday, if there's some sort of logistical reason for it, that's fine. NFL, do what you got to do. Then just make Monday a day off. Everyone's going to call off anyway. Work productivity has got to be like absolute abysmal for anybody on that day, right? So let's just call it what it is. Let's all be honest and just give that day off. It's not hard.
Yeah, this day, election day, they should just be national holidays. Nobody goes to work.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on. Everybody in America is watching the Super Bowl, even if you don't care about the game. I didn't care about either team, and to be honest, I didn't even really remember who won the next day. So it was like, who cares about the game? I just want to have fun. I want to go to a party. I'm not typically going to parties on Sundays, but Super Bowl Sunday, I got to make the exception.
Here's the other thing I want to know, and if anyone's listening to us, you probably don't fall in this category. If you or somebody you know did not watch the Super Bowl, what the hell were they watching then, right? Because that's like literally the only thing on TV at that point. I'm always baffled by someone who's like, oh, I didn't watch the game. What did you do then? Like, that was the only thing going on. Did you read a book? Did you go to the movies? So do you know anybody who A, didn't watch the game, and B, what did they actually do during that 4-hour time block? Because I don't know how you escape that.
Yeah, my mom never watches the Super Bowl. She doesn't care. She doesn't know who's in the Super Bowl. She doesn't know the difference between a first down and a touchdown. She does not care about football. And if it's not the Giants and it's like a family where we're all having a big party, she won't go to she just won't even waste her time. I don't know what she watches. She'll watch some kind of Netflix show, or I don't know what she does. But she does not care about the Super Bowls. That's the one person that I know. Everybody else pretty much pays attention.
Yeah, I'm always curious what you're watching if you're not watching the Super Bowl. Well, hey, thanks for watching this. This is a new kind of format episode Mike and I were doing this week. Not a lot of UCF news going on, so we don't want to waste your time by telling you that, hey, we're going to keep on looking for stuff because there's really nothing going on. Cam Good, Mike entered the portal today, which was kind of rumored for a little bit of time. Obviously, a bit of a hit on the D-line depth, but outside of that, not a heck of a lot going on in UCF land. And whatever is happening, Thursdays, don't forget the live show. Mike, Trace, and I will be live 8 to 9, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, so you can catch up on all that good stuff there. So kind of a short, abbreviated, sort of new format kind of episode. It'll be audio, it'll be video, so make sure you check it out. Go to the YouTube page. Mike Trace has been just killing the interview game. Cindy Ball Malone last week, Greg Lovelady today. Trace, if you coach at UCF, Trace Trelko's in the trunk of your car right now waiting to talk to you. So you better just open up the trunk, let him talk to you, and it'll be on our YouTube page, Mike. So a lot going on, but it was good to catch up with Snelson. Good to do a kind of unique style episode tonight. And I can't wait to talk to everybody on Thursday during the live show.
How about that softball team? Way to kick off the season, though. The bat flip, walk off, Shannon Doherty, 90210.
Yeah, where was I? I did not know that. Yeah, Elo really. I didn't hear his home run call because the version I heard was the other announcer. If Elo doesn't break in some sort of a 90210 reference this year, I know he's a 90210 guy. Did he?
Well, he didn't say it directly, but he said Doherty sends it to the winning zip code or something about the zip code. He didn't quite say 90210, but
I know. I need better. I need better. Like, I haven't seen Shannon Doherty like that since Dylan. I need something. Like, I need something from Elo. I know he's a 90210 fan. I need something.
Yeah. Wasn't she famous for calling people a bitch? Shannon Doherty. I'm not going to say it.
I probably shouldn't say that in a broadcast. Elo is a professional, Mike. He's not like us. He's not going to.
No, he's not going to do that.
But our good buddy BJ Taylor all of a sudden is also now a famous broadcaster.
Yeah, thanks to us, right?
I guess, right?
We said we were going to take credit for it. We're taking credit for it. Congratulations, BJ.
Go, BJ.
Very good job. First game on ESPN Plus last night. I see many more in his future.
He actually did really well. I'm not just saying this because he comes on the show, but he had a lot of energy. He was explaining the game. He was definitely excited. I didn't think he was too much of a homer for UCF. I actually thought he did a nice job. So I'm excited to see what BJ's career looks like. Mike, we're just launching people's careers around here. I mean, when do you and I all I want you and I to get a chance to do is call one UCF baseball game. I think you put you and I in the booth, 9 innings. We have nothing but time to talk about Manscaped and the 20% off you get with Suns UCF promo code. We have all kinds of time. I think you and I just need one 9-inning baseball game.
Yeah, we don't even have to be at the park, right? We could do it like this, watch the game live.
Yeah.
And, why not? That's everybody did it during the pandemic. We've proven it can be done. Hook us up. Well, I'm down to do it.
Even if we have to go there for one Saturday afternoon for a game, Mike, that's a nice little trip, right? We head up there, we'll sign some autographs. I'm sure we need to figure out a way to get us in the baseball booth. That's I don't know who we got to talk to. Maybe BJ Taylor, apparently.
Yeah. We're gonna be like Bob Uecker and Monty in
Dynamite dropping
Major League.
Dynamite dropping. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. This is episode 169 of the show, Mike. So if you're listening to us on audio, thank you for doing that. But you can go to the YouTube page. We'll post this entire hour-long extravaganza with Dredrick Snelson. Again, big thanks to him. Make sure you're finding us on social media at Suns UCF everywhere. Follow us on YouTube as well on Suns UCF and our website, twonightsmedia.com. Don't forget all that stuff, Mike.
I will not forget. I want to see you guys go on there, give us some reviews, give us some thumbs up. 5-star ratings, and let's get this puppy moving, man. Let's keep this train rolling. Manscaped. Don't forget about that either. Go on there, 20% off. Don't forget Paper and Lace. We didn't mention them today either. The Paper and Lace Boutique.com. Check her out. We got a bunch of sponsors now. We're going to end up doing like 20 commercials per episode. Or 2.
Yeah, we're gonna be like Joe Zagacki after a while. You know what I mean? And that's the Plumbers 911 goal line. We're gonna be tossing to different things throughout the show. But again, Thursday live show. Don't forget to check us out there. Until then, everybody have a fantastic week. Go Knights.
Charge up.